Hello everyone, and happy post 4th of July to y'all. This video is going to be more of a focus on we're just kind of stranded in the town of Norfolk, Nebraska. And it's been about 2 weeks since I've injured my ankle. I did go to the doctor. I did get an x-ray, and there is no fracture. She just called it a severe sprain. And ibuprofen, keeping my foot elevated, going for short walks, compression socks, a wrap, ankle support, doing everything I can. I'm hoping that next week we will do the start of the Cowboy Trail. But until then, I just want to tell you about this park I'm in. I can never pronounce it, so I looked it up, and it is called the Tahazuka Park. And it is a beautiful park. What we've been doing is staying at the Walmart at night and getting up at like 5:30 or 6 in the morning and driving to this very same spot because it's just the best spot. It's right by the water. And we've been pretty much living in a park now for 10 days, almost 2 weeks. And just kind of reading, doing some filming, watching some movies, hanging out with each other, playing with Jackson. And so what do you do during van life or walk across country if you have an injury? Well, this is what you do. You kind of kill time. Now, the nice thing, and I'll go over it, is this place has a shower, so we don't have to pay for showers, and that makes everything really possible. So I think what I'll do is just show this to you in a few segments here. This first one is catching fish. Marvy caught a catfish. And actually what happened was I caught a catfish one day. And then 2 days later, which is today, Marvy caught a huge one also. I was filming it on my GoPro 7, but unfortunately the electronics are wrong and it turned it the wrong way and it stuttered and fluttered. So I don't have the actual video for that. But let's roll this one and let me show you what it is. Okay, here we go. The thing about this little lake is they say there's really not much out here to catch. There's a lot of bluegill, but I saw a big old catfish in here. But I was using this really tiny rod for bluegill, and I have a tiny hook on it. So I took a little bluegill and took some of it, caught him and took some of his intestines and put it on a hook because I saw this catfish swimming around, and sure enough, the catfish took the hook, took the bait, and now we will have this catfish for lunch. I'm not doing him whole, I got to cook him, so we're gonna have him battered Southern style. So 4th of July, that's what we're gonna have. There you go. He put up a good fight though. I had to put a lot of slack in the line, or what they call lower the drag, just because I think I had like 2-pound tests, and this is easily a 3-pound catfish. So and I reached in the water and picked him up so he wouldn't break the line. So anyway, Jackson's hungry. Oh, you want that, Jackson? What's that? All right, so we caught the catfish. While off camera, went ahead and filleted him, and we're going to make some fried catfish. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to do when you are living van life or walking across country or just going on a picnic. So if you catch catfish, it's really simple. I got some oil here heating up to cook the catfish. Now what Marvy likes, hot sauce or just lemon or lime on her fish. I like tartar sauce, and I just make it very simply with a little bit of mayonnaise and pickles, dill pickles. So I use a dill pickle relish, mix them all up, and I'll do that off camera, and that's what we're going to have. But real simply, in order to make the catfish is simple. I really like this Louisiana fish fry. It's easy to do. It's breaded, and oh, it smells really good actually. And that's all I'm going to use right now, about half the package. Now, if you remember the catfish that I caught, You should, in just a second ago in the editing. I managed to get 2 fillets out of it, and that's the first fillet. So all I do is, while they're moist, I just roll them in this cornmeal. I just kind of really bread this as the best that I can. Really get that breading in there. I don't use an egg wash or anything first. Most of the directions with these things is just to kind of keep it simple, and just make sure that the fish is a little bit moist. It could have been a little bit more moist, but that's okay. So that's going to be the first one right there. The other side of the fish, I don't remember if it's the left side or the right side, but this is the other fillet here. Nice looking catfish fillets. Again, you just bread them, and this does have the cornmeal. I can tell by the yellowish coloring. Maybe that's just a seasoning, but it feels like cornmeal because it's really kind of gritty. So, and that's all there is to it. You just kind of put those together like that, and you make a really nice crust when the fish is cooked. I think I might get a little bit more in some of the cracks in the cornmeal or in the fish. And I'm just waiting for the oil to heat. While I do that, I'm just gonna throw some relish in the coleslaw. I'll probably add a little salt and pepper, which I don't have with me right now, but essentially that's it. That's really the bulk of, actually I like it a little bit more pickly myself. And that's the main thing. Now, you know, you could do Worcestershire sauce, and some lime juice is good in here, and I might do that too. But essentially that's all that is. Okay, I think everything's ready to fry, so we're going to do that now. So come on over. All right, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and get these fish on a plate. That's what they look like, nice and golden brown. Perfect, perfect. Get the last one on. Beautiful catfish. All right, so that's it. Life on the road. We've got the fried catfish we caught just right over here, about 20 feet. Baked beans, thanks to our friend Jessica and Clay, fans of ours that came up and met us, and we spent a wonderful 4th of July with. So we're gonna dig in and eat. See you later. Okay, so that's it. That's the fun that we had. We had a good fish dinner, and we're gonna have another good fish dinner. Actually, Marvy right now is over here cooking. She caught a bunch of bluegill, and she's just gonna make a soup out of it. Now, I'm not really excited about that. But one of the other things we did is we hung out with some new friends of ours. They live about half an hour, 45 minutes south of here, but he's been following our YouTube channel and wanted to kind of support us. And so he brought his family up, and his name is Clay, and his wife is Jessica, and wonderful people, very, very fun people. And we spent 4th of July together. He lit all of these fireworks up, and they bought a ton of food, and we grilled some brats, and had so much food to eat. Anyway, they were kind enough to leave us with a bunch of leftovers and a bunch of brats. So Marvy's gonna have her fish soup, because I'm not a big fan of fish soup. And I am going to have some brats for lunch. But anyway, this park, if you're ever in this area, it's a wonderful little park. And if you look around here, it's got the pond behind me, and a little bridge, white bridge that goes across. And there's a bathroom in there. I can only show you the men's room, but it's humble. It's nothing fancy. It's got a toilet and a sink and a shower, but that's pretty much all you need. There's no charge, and that's great. It's got a place for you to dump your tanks if you're in a camper, It also looks like it has about maybe 14 or 15 sites to camp, and I think it's $14 if you just want to lay on the ground in a tent, and I think it's $18 if you want to plug in with electricity and actually be on a pad. But then this is also the very beginning of the Cowboy Trail. Now the Cowboy Trail, I'll go into it more next week. Again, I might have spoken about it. It goes at least 200 miles, and at first it doesn't, but after about 10 or 20 miles, it comes up and parallels Route 20, which is a highway